And welcome, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 13th to the 19th of March 2023 using these two amazing decks that I have in front of me. This week I've chosen to use two decks from the same creator, so they belong to the same family, as I like to call it. The tarot deck that we're working with is the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krantz. Beautiful, beautiful deck. So that's that one. And the oracle that I'm working with is the Wild Unknown Pocket Animal Spirit Oracle by Kim Krantz as well. This does come in the large size, but I only have the small one because, I mean, look how pretty tinned version. So those are the two decks that I am going to be working with today. The artwork is quite provocative, I think is such a good word to describe it, and on both of them, and it's all hand drawn by Kim herself. She is just phenomenal. If she creates a deck, I'm buying it. I do have all of her decks. I'm going to move the oracle out of the way briefly. We will start off with the tarot. Let's get straight into it. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let's see what the week ahead has in store for you. So as I shuffle the cards, water signs, I'm asking Spirit for a little bit of insight, a little bit of clarity, a little bit of guidance. What does the week ahead have in store for you? What do you need to be mindful of? What do you need to be aware of? What is important and significant? And what is the best message that I can give you right here and right now for the week of the 13th to the 19th of March 2023? Message of significance, importance, relevance, hope, guidance, and inspiration. All right, let's cut the deck. Card number one, water signs. We have got Mother of Swords with the beautiful owl. I love my owls. Card number two, we have the Mother of Wands, right? There's a theme developing. We have a snake protecting eggs. Card number three that we have is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups. And card number four, we have got the Four of Pentacles, right? Interesting indeed. So the fact that we've got the two moms, the two mothers that have come through, immediately puts us into a nurturing situation, okay? Immediately tells us that this week it's about protection, it's about nurture, it's about taking care of, okay? And then we have the taking care of our thoughts and the stuff that goes on in our head, and taking care of the things that matter most to us. In this particular case, her eggs or her family or her siblings or her children, but it's the taking care of the things that matter. Then we have with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is about choices and options. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, which is about stability and security and holding on when necessary and letting go when necessary. So interesting kind of dynamic coming through here. So water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This week is going to see you. And I'm really leaning, I'm going to read these two together as a singular because they're both moms, they're both mothers, right? I'm going to read these two as a singular, and this is, to me, is the thing that we're going to be struggling with, the thing that we're going to be, that's going to be grabbing our attention. So we get the nurturing, right? We get the nurturing, the taking care of, the being supportive, the being there. We get all of that. That's the easy part, especially for my water signs. You know, that this comes naturally to you guys. It really does. You know, fighting for what matters most, taking care of, standing for, and you know, just protecting, nurturing and protecting. Those are the things that come easy to Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I mean, this is just who you are in the core of your being. But the struggle comes from when there's too many options and choices. We can get ourselves quite torn up about that, because like, oh, but I could do this or I could do that, but if I did this then that, and if I did that then this, you know, there's too many scenarios at play, and we find it quite overwhelming when there's too many scenarios at play. So water signs, it's important to recognize that this is who you are. At the core of your being, you are the nurturer. You need to just pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to the stuff that's happening in your head, pay attention to nurturing the right thoughts and letting go of the thoughts that you need to let go of, that aren't relevant, that aren't doing you any favors. The Mother of Wands, she's coming through here and saying protective, okay? She is fiercely protective. Now, when we have too many choices, our fiercely protection of our thoughts and emotions immediately puts us into a bit of a tailspin, and we go like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. Because, and the fact that we then also have the Four of Pentacles, which is, as I said, the card of holding on, but also understanding when is the right time to let go. Because like our Mother of Wands over here, if she keeps holding on to those eggs, and then all of a sudden her babies want to hatch, if she's holding on too tight, she has the potential of crushing them. And especially when they want to hatch, if she's holding too tightly, there's no movement, there's no space for them to hatch. So it's about understanding the fine balance between enough and too much, enough and too much, and understanding how to make the right decisions and the right choices at the right time, and knowing when to hold and knowing when to let go. So it's quite interesting the way that this is all coming through. So water signs, my interpretation of all of this for you for the week ahead is saying to you that you're going to find it difficult to make choices and decisions this week. You have to, all right? You absolutely have to. You can't avoid making choices and decisions. You can't avoid taking the next step forward in your life this week. You have to get started. This is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like this push, right? I want to push you. I want to push you to making a decision, making a choice, and then get going with it. If we hold on too tight, if we overanalyze too much, that creates, what's the word I'm looking for, when there's no movement, inactivity, okay, stagnation, right? So we need to make sure that we're not holding on too tightly, because then we're stagnant and then we're not moving forward in our lives. But right now there is something that needs to shift. There is something that needs to shift in your life, and you are the only one who can do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. But the way that you do it is by releasing a little bit, by climbing outside of your comfort zone, by trying something that you've never tried before, and understanding that it's time to let go of the familiar. It's time to let go of our security. It's time to let go of the things that we've been holding on to that maybe aren't relevant, significant, or appropriate in our lives anymore. Okay, so let's bring in our Animal Spirit Oracle. So this is a teeny tiny little deck, as you can see, so just giving it a short shuffle. And water signs, what I'm asking here from this little oracle is I'm going to draw two cards, okay? So I'm going to end up drawing, two cards from this oracle. And there, I know this is primarily an animal tarot deck as well, but from this animal spirit, it's what animal spirits have advice and guidance for you to help you with this decision, with this letting go, with this moving forward. So what animals have a message for you? What animals want to work with you this week? How are they going to work with you? And what can they offer you? What is the advice, guidance that they have to offer you this week? So let's have a look and see. I'm going to draw two. Okay, shuffling is done. Cutting the deck over there. Our first card that we have, water signs, is the Starfish. Love that. I love that. Immediately I'm jumping in my head to, you know, if it loses one of its little legs, it just grows another one back. Regeneration. But I am going to read from the guidebook, because obviously I don't know what Kim's message that she's given from the animals. So we've got Starfish. Our second one that we have is the Moth. Moth came out, I think, in fire signs. So I have read it, but I will read it again for you. Okay, so we have Starfish and we have Moth. It's interesting with the Moth, I am seeing as well the pointed edges. I'm seeing, you know, it's like it's got one leg there, one leg there, one there, one there, and then obviously one in the middle. So I'm seeing the similar shape that's coming through. I'm seeing the shape over here as well. Possibly, maybe not. I'm now pushing the boundaries. Okay, I'm pushing the boundaries. Let's have a look. The other thing with these two cards is you can see it has obviously the image of the animal, it has the name of the animal, and then it has at the top over here, it has a symbol, the element, the symbol of the element. So here I have the little guidebook, and it is quite a thick one. And on the back of the guidebook, it also shows all the symbols of the elements, okay? Starting with the highest element to the lowest element. Now here we have got an arrow pointing down, and here we have an arrow pointing up with a line in it. The arrow pointing down on its own is the symbol of water, the element of water. So your water has come through. And you can see water is at the bottom, not from a priority or a significance, but from a physicality point of view. I'm pointing to the wrong one, aren't I? That's why I'm hesitating. Like, hold a second, that's not water, that's earth. That's water. All right, so water is the second one because water sits on earth, right? I'll get the story right eventually, water signs. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. So earth is at the core. Earth is at the bottom. Water sits on earth, okay? Water sits on earth. So it is supported by earth, and that's what we've got over there. Then the next one we have is the second one from here. So we've got the second to the bottom, second to the top, and this one is the element of air. So let's have a look. Let's find the element of water. Is it the first element? No, it's not. The first element in the book is earth. See, I said the one pointing down. Let's see. The next one is water. Yay, we have got water. Now to find starfish. There's no numbers and it's not in alphabetical order, so it may take me a bit to find starfish. So just be, oh, there we go, easy, not too bad. So here we have starfish, and the little keywords for starfish is beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. That's very interesting. I'm going to read what it says, and then we will tie it into the message that we already have. All right, so water signs. It says the starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you have been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is that these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper calling. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? Wow, that is quite interesting. Maybe this is this decision. Maybe this is what you've been holding on to. And maybe this is what you've got to start working with and nurturing yourself to be more honest and more real with who you are and with what's truly important in your life. Being that person, that protector, is that the image that you are wanting to portray when actually maybe it's not who you really are? Interesting thought. Let's have a look at moth. So I said moth was the element of air. So we've got fire next, and after that will be the element of, if I can get to the black page, the element of air. And let's have a look at where moth is. Moth is the first one. Key phrases: impulsive, hasty, and wishful. All right, so let's see what message moth has in our context of our situation. So water signs, the moth says, the moth is sure that the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything that is shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, to disappointment, or even to burnout. It is helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. So to me, both of these together are talking about you being honest with yourself, being true with yourself. You have nurtured, protected, guided yourself, your life, your family, your significant others for such a long time that maybe you have lost a sense of who you are. You now face a choice or a decision around who you are, what you want to be, what is it that actually is important to you, and are you sticking with things? Are you holding on to things because of what you feel other people want you to be or what is expected of you, and not following your own truth? So starfish and moth are asking you this week, water signs, to be honest with yourself around your own needs, wants, and desires, your own significant and insignificant aspects of your soul. When it comes to choices, when it comes to decisions, this is a good week to make a big change, a change that's going to influence your life for the better going forward. I think that's an incredibly powerful message, incredibly powerful. So water signs, as always, thank you for being with me, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, my water signs.